Hola, ¿cómo están? Soy señora Levine. Some of you know me, some of you might not know me because they were all my students in Spanish 1. This is a course orientation. So in this course orientation, I'm going to go over the course in my courses, which is different than the Portales platform. That will be a different training, just in case if you're new for Portales. Hopefully you saw a little video introduction that I did in the syllabus, but this is just a general course orientation. But before I start with that, I would like to do an introduction in Spanish, en español, because you will have to do that, a video introduction on week 1. If you were my student, you probably would understand better my accent, but español es español. So I hope you enjoy it. Hola, me llamo Roxana Levine, soy la profesora del curso. Soy de Buenos Aires, la capital de Argentina, en Sudamérica. Yo soy alta, delgada, muy simpática, muy inteligente. Yo vivo en Palm Harbor, en la Florida, 30 años, muchos años. Mi esposo se llama Andy. Andy es de los Estados Unidos. Mi esposo y yo tenemos 2 hijos. Mi hijo mayor se llama Brandon. Brandon tiene 25 años, es muy inteligente, muy guapo y es médico. Estudió medicina. Mi hijo menor se llama Eitan, tiene 21 años, es muy simpático, muy guapo y muy inteligente también. Él estudia en la Universidad de South Florida, el sur de la Florida, estudia ciencias políticas. Yo tengo una familia muy grande en Argentina, tengo hermanos y sobrinos y primos y tías y muchos amigos. Mi familia en Estados Unidos es pequeña. Mi esposo tiene familia en Nueva York, en California, en Colorado, mucha familia. Los fines de semana me gusta mucho ir a la playa, me gusta correr, me gusta ir al gimnasio, leer mucho, yo leo mucho y me gusta escuchar música y pasar tiempo con mi familia. Este semestre yo enseño 3 cursos. Los 3 cursos son en la computadora online, 2 de español 1 y 1 de español 2, no más. Este semestre pienso viajar a Argentina a visitar a mi familia y a España con 11 estudiantes. Me gusta mucho viajar, mucho. I hope you enjoy this short video. You will have to do 1 minute to 2 minutes. I'm going to go over that in a little bit, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. This is going to be like around half an hour. Course orientation. For some of the information might be, similar to Spanish 1 if you took Spanish 1 online with me or with a different faculty. And if you're new, will be all new information. But just keep in mind that there's some new and different kind of activities or different kind of amount of activities because it's the summer. We only have 10 weeks, not 16 weeks. Okay, so it will be very fast pacing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen, and you can see I only have 1 section, which is 789. I'm going to minimize so I don't look at myself all the time. If you took Spanish 1 with me or with another faculty online, you probably remember that, let me stop for a second. I'm going to stop, make sure that I'm recording. Yes, guess what? I recorded this video before. I mean, I did the whole orientation and I realized that I wasn't recording. Okay. So it is different, the view of the faculty and the view of the students. If you look at my view, you can see all the different modules throughout the semester. But the view of you as a student is a little bit different because you can only see at this point, you can only see very few modules. You can see my course tutorials if you're new to my courses. If you're a transfer student, I highly recommend you to view those tutorials because it is very different to use my courses, or it's called also D2L, than other learning management systems such as Canvas. This is the one that I'm going to go over a lot. Begin here. This is the week, the first week of the semester on all the activities, the syllabus quiz, et cetera. In Zoom meetings, there's absolutely nothing right now. However, by the time you open it, will be a link to view this video. But then there will be additional links to different orientation. If you were my students, you know that I do review videos, Zoom. All the Zooms are asynchronous. You don't have to be anywhere at any time in particular. I record them and then I upload them. This is a very detailed review of Spanish 1. This is not required. It's just highly recommended, and some important resources. I'm going to go over this, and then I'm going to go over the other modules that you cannot see now. Why you cannot see now? Because the same as in Spanish 1, there are some conditions that you must meet in order to open the remaining modules. So it's the same as in Spanish 1 online. You must complete the first week of class, a syllabus quiz, an academic integrity quiz, and an introduction, video introduction, to view the rest of the course modules. Unlike Spanish 1, in the summer, these activities will count towards your discussion grade. So let me show you what I mean by that. So there's 10% of your grade comes from discussions. In Spanish 1 online, you had 4 discussions. In the summer, we only have 2, lessons 7 and 9. And the 3 first activities, course syllabus quiz, academic integrity quiz, and introduction, the video introduction, they're all part of the discussion grade. So keep that in mind, okay? So let's open the syllabus. I'm going to go over the general information. Hopefully you will be able, or you've already watched my video. And this is just a short 3-minute video introduction to hear a little bit about the syllabus and again, a little bit about myself. I would like to go over these expectations, which are very similar than the ones in Spanish 1, but I want to go over this because they might be new for some of you. So as I mentioned before, you must submit the course syllabus quiz, the academic integrity quiz, and the video introduction by the end of the first week of the semester, which is next Sunday by 11:59 p.m. Must get 100% in both quizzes. You can submit it as many times as you wish to, but you have to submit it because if not, you won't be able to see the remaining modules. Create your account in VHL and register in the proper course in Portales. So let me talk to you about that. If you are new to Portales, I'm going to show you how to create an account, how to actually type your access code, etc., etc. But let's say you're not new for Portales. You had the Portales access code from Spanish 1. This is actually my dashboard as a faculty, but this is going to be your look as you enter the course, the proper course, and the proper section. You should be enrolled in SPN 1121 online summer 2022. Keep in mind that the school is St. Petersburg College, Tarpon Springs, and I'm the instructor, and the section is 789. That means that if you took Spanish 1 at the Seminole campus, or even though it was online, each faculty creates a course in their own campus. So if you were not my student, you will have to enroll in a course by typing. To find this course, you will have to type St. Petersburg College, Tarpon Springs. I can't do it because I'm already there. And then you will be able to find me. You will be able to find my name. You will be able to find the proper section, which is 789. And I'm going to go back. And then you will have the proper course and the proper section, okay? Now, if you use Spanish, Portales for Spanish 1, but your access code is expired, I'm going to show you how to buy an extension code, so you don't have to buy a brand new one, okay? Now, if I give you a grace period access code because you are new to Portales, you will be able still to see everything, but once you get your new access code within the first 2 weeks, you will have to redeem a code. You put one time your redeem code and voila, you get your course, okay? So that's just in general, so you know that you will have to create that within the first week of class. Second week of class, we'll start lesson 6, okay? For sure, you should expect to devote at least 10 hours a week to your Spanish studies. This is a summer, very, very fast-paced. As you know, from my Spanish 1, I treat my students and all the students with respect. I email with respect. I expect the same from you. Very important, you'll see it all over the course. Practice academic honesty in all your work. That means that the use of any online translator is absolutely forbidden in this course, okay? You must use material, grammar, vocabulary that we learn in this course. Of course, you can look for a word in the dictionary, but do not use Google Translator to translate paragraph, sentences, questions, etc. It will be really bad and detrimental for your learning experience. Submit work that is your own. So even if you're a native speaker and you're taking Spanish too, I mean, not only that it's your own, but also that we're learning in this course. So for example, if you're doing your video introduction right now, you don't know past tense from Spanish 1. You should only use the material that we present in this course. And contact me at any time via my courses. So make sure, if you don't check very often my courses, you can go to the account settings, go to your email, the email tab, and you can forward all your messages in my courses to any email address that you want. And then you save and close, okay? It's very important. So you actually read all the messages that I send, and I send a lot of messages, okay? I will respond, instructor, what you can expect from me. I will be available to you if you have questions and concerns. Now, I might not be able to be available via phone because I will be abroad, but I will be online. I could be in Zoom. When I'm in Spain, you probably heard that in my video with 11 students in the month of June, I will be in different time zones. So I will let you know so you're aware when I'm available, or the difference in time zone. I will respond to your comments, questions, and written assignments respectfully, and I will evaluate your coursework in a timely manner, especially in the summer. Here you can read information about me. If you call this number and leave a message, I will get it in an email. You can read a little bit more about myself in this faculty page, information about the dean, academic chair. This general course information here, what I want to mention is just like in Spanish 1, you can see all the course goals and objectives. However, we're going to continue working on writing, reading, speaking, and listening skills, okay? And of course, culture is embedded throughout the course. So one thing that was brought up to my attention, I sent an email already about the ISBN, the course material. If you use Spanish 1 Portales and you bought a 12-month access code and it hasn't expired, you're all set. If you're new and you need to buy a 6-month access code, this ISBN is the one provided by the publisher. However, I'm going to send you very shortly an email with an ISBN that is the one that is provided, the one you purchase in the bookstore, college bookstore. The ISBN is different, and that's what was provided, was brought up to my attention. I was not aware. Okay, it's something new actually. The use of dictionary, it is recommended, it is fine. So here you can see your textbook site. When you go to the publisher site, you can see here, for example, if you're new and you want a 6 months access code, that's how you can get it, okay? Now, let me show you if your access code expires, the only thing you need is the extension code. The extension code is only $99, okay? If you use a different product from Vista Higher Learning in a different university for Spanish 1, and your code still is has not expired, let me know and I will try to help you, but it might be a little bit difficult. You will need a webcam in your computer. It could be embedded or outside. It's fine. You will need, of course, speakers because you will do not to do record. Microphone because you will have to do recordings. Please, 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 at all time, try to record without background noise. It's very hard sometimes to comprehend if not. And only record when you're ready. These are some online links from the college, disability resources, academic support resources, on-campus support, online support, and I will send information about Spanish online available on campus and online. These are some general important dates. Keep in mind that this actually, I have to change it because it was, I just realized that I didn't change that. I need to change that information. I don't know what happened there. The attendance is the last day to withdraw is June 24th. Let me tell you something about incomplete. So the grade is of incomplete by the Board of Trustees. We can only grant a grade of incomplete when student completed 80% of the coursework and is in good standing and it has some kind of medical or emergency documentation. So keep that in mind. Unlike Spanish 1, in Spanish 2, and in the summer, the grading is a little bit different. So 60% of your grading comes from Portales activities, 10% is from the discussion. There are only 2 discussions. And the 3 activities from week 1, the midterm proctor exam is 10%. The final is not comprehensive, it's only 2 lessons, that is also 10%. And then there's only 1 project, not 2 projects at the end of the semester, okay? You can read about assignments in general, Portales activities, lesson tests, discussions. There are only 2 in the summer, the video that is after you complete the final exam, and a little bit about the midterm and final exam. You will see a lot of information that is repeated throughout this orientation. I want to make sure that you find it anywhere that you're looking for. So you can see here also instructions how to register in your online course. So if you're new, just go to vhlcentral.com, create an account, enroll in your course. And here is again the school and the course, the section, and your instructor, okay? Proctor exam, as I mentioned, is using honor log. So if you are a student that needs to use testing center on campus or accommodations, please make arrangements ahead of time. Again, as I mentioned before, as in Spanish 1, using an online translator is considered plagiarism. So please keep that in mind, because you might have issues with academic dishonesty, and I want to highly discourage that, okay? The last thing I want to mention is that if you have issues with my courses, here is any technical problem, here is your link. If you have any problem with Vista Higher Learning, go to this site or call directly that number, which usually they don't provide, but I provide to my students. So that's your syllabus in a nutshell. Let's continue now. I mentioned, I believe, that the quizzes, both quizzes, you can complete as many times, but you must get 100%. That means 10 out of 10 and 3 out of 3. This is the most important document that you must, and the only that I highly recommend you to print. So let's download it and let's go over this information. So here you have weekly activities, weekly due dates. So it's different than what I showed you before in my courses. So week 1, you have to post your video introduction in Spanish, you read your syllabus, submit your syllabus quiz. read your academic integrity document, submit the quiz. That's very similar to Spanish 1. However, the video introduction have to be in Spanish. Create your account in VHL if you're new, or access the correct course and section in Portales. And finally, this is highly recommended to review material learned in Spanish 1, lesson 1 to 5, and you can check documents that I'm going to show you. You can check PowerPoints, or you can check actually Portales tutorials. Unlike the spring semester, the summer semester, or the fall, the summer semester is very, very fast. So you see that lessons 6, 7, and 8, each one of them we cover in 1 week. In the fall and spring semester, we have 2 weeks per lesson. Lesson 7 and lesson 9 have discussions. That's it. Those are to be completed in my courses. You only have a week. You have until Friday to complete it, the first 2 posting, and then Sunday, the answer. Usually in regular semesters, you have 2 weeks. You have a midterm exam. You will have to complete practice exams in order to complete the proctor exam for lessons 6 through 8. Then you have lesson 9 in 1 week with its own discussion in my courses. But then you have 2 weeks for lesson 10. And that's the reason is because you are very close to final exam. It's a lot of material to digest and be prepared for final exam. And that's why you have 2 weeks and no discussion. Then you have to complete the 2 lesson tests, practice tests before completing the final exam that is not comprehensive. Finally, you have your video project. That is the only thing that is due on a Wednesday. Everything is due at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Central Time. Okay, so make sure that, and very important that you keep close to you this at all time. Now, if you're new to, I think I have it here. If you're new to Portales and you need a student grace period because you cannot purchase now for a couple of weeks your access code, you still have to create your account. You still have to look for the school, which is St. Petersburg College, Tarpon Springs. You have to skip this step because you cannot activate a code. You don't have a code. You will have to skip. You still have to look for my name, look for the name of the course and the section. Once you are there, then I will be able to go and grant you, I believe I have it here. Yeah, I will be able to, go and grant you access. I'll show you how I do it. I go here and there will be, if there's a student that needs a grace period, I will be able to put check mark and add grace period, okay? This course netiquette is a document that I actually also downloaded. It's a document that I also created. It's a general course that is appropriate for anyone, for any course. Make sure to read it. You don't have to do anything with that document. Then here is your introduction. It's available already. You have to, a video, you should complete a video 1 to 2 minutes. Everything has to be in Spanish. You could read your introduction, but try to speak naturally to the camera. It's not the idea of to read the whole thing. And use everything we learn in lesson 1 through 5. And these are some questions that I gave you to guide you, and some expressions as well. You can add whatever you want. If you're new to my courses, you can actually, this is how you access. You click on start a new thread. You write your name. You can write here, this is my video. You click add attachment, record video. And once you're done, you record it, you post it, and voila. You can also add your submission, your discussion or the introduction by going to the discussions and the submission review and clicking on introduction, okay? Go back to begin here, okay. After that, this is a document actually provided by Vista Higher Learning, how to enroll in Portales, but I actually have your instructions as well here. As I mentioned before, I repeat over and over the same thing. This is how to, again, how to register in the course, so you know you can find it somewhere. This is your syllabus quiz that you must complete and get 100%. This is a very important one-page academic integrity document. Read it and complete it at academic integrity quiz. There are only 3 questions. They're the same as in Spanish 1. Keep in mind that the syllabus quiz is slightly different than Spanish 1, okay? So that's all begin here. There's nothing in submitting now, but that's where you're going to find actually the video that I created. Let me talk to you about this module, Spanish 1 review. So here you have a list of regular verbs, a list of irregular verbs from Spanish 1. You have a review of verbos en presente, plus an answer key. You have questions of Spanish from Spanish 1, an answer key, and you have some PowerPoints of Spanish 1. Okay, ser versus estar, present progressive, and direct object pronoun, mainly from lesson 5. And some resources that also you were able to find in Spanish 1. General tips on how to be successful, some videos from Vista Higher Learning, some technical requirements, and some ways to how to type your accents. You will need that mainly for your 2 discussions. That's about it. Okay, so I'm going to go now and show you the view as a faculty so you can see the remaining of the modules. You can only see that once you complete those 3 activities. You can see here that it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That doesn't mean lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It means the first module of the semester, which is lesson 6, la ropa, the clothing. Lesson, the second module is lesson 7, la rutina diaria, or the daily routine. The third module, or lesson 8, is la comida, the food. Also, of course, put the dates we're going to cover. Then lesson 4 is las fiestas y las celebraciones, or the Latin American Spanish celebrations. And that's lesson 9 and lesson 10. And I'm talking, of course, about vocabulary, is en el consultorio, or in the medical, everything, the medical vocabulary, the body parts, and stuff like that. We're going to cover a lot of past tense, which we didn't cover in Spanish 1 at all. And then very important in this lesson, we're going to cover the reflexive verbs. I'm going to give you an example going to lesson 7 or the second module. I mean, it's the second lesson that we cover, not the second module. So the format is very similar to Spanish 1. You have the introduction module. So you always have a video that has to do with what we're doing. In this case, we're going to learn about the daily routine, things you do every day. There are some questions about what we're going to do. For example, did you know that in Spanish there are special verbs to talk about self-actions, which are reflexive verbs? There are learning objectives for the lesson, essential questions in Spanish, and kind of like a work of the week, what you're supposed to complete that week. So that's kind of the introduction link. Then you have learning and practice of that lesson. Everything will be done in Portales, just like in Spanish 1. Then you have some great PowerPoints. These grammar PowerPoints, remember that there are 4 per lesson, and you have for each grammar topic, you have a PowerPoint and a PDF. I will go over those and I upload a Zoom. Again, you're not required to participate, and I will upload it so you can hear my explanation as well. Then for 2 lessons, lessons 7 and 9, you have discussions. So you will have 2 postings to complete by the Friday of the week. The first posting is your initial posting, then a question to somebody else. And then if you did not complete a question by Friday, I will go ahead and submit a question. And then you will have until that Sunday to submit the answer. And you can check here your rubric. And of course, like any other discussion, you click there and you start a new thread for that discussion. And then finally, you have the lesson test. The lesson test, like in Spanish 1, is in Portales as well. Okay, so that's basically how each one of those modules work. Then you have, of course, the midterm exam, the final exam module. These are the dates that are open. So you can open the module, but the test is not going to be open until the dates that they're showing right here. The last module is the video that is actually you're going to be talking about your biography using past tense, and that's the last activity of the semester after final, and it's due on July 20th. Okay, so that's pretty much all the course content. As I mentioned, all the communication emails will be done by going to, of course, class list. That's how you email anyone. So if you are a student, you go into the communicate tab, you click on class list, and you should be able to email me. Here is me or any other student from the class. And then you can, of course, from the submission review, access your discussions, your Dropbox, which is your project, and your quizzes. I mentioned about the grading, that is a little bit different, the percentage, and there will be honor log proctor exam, just like in Spanish 1. I will talk about that more when we get closer to that, okay, to the midterm and final. At this point, I'm going to stop, and I'm just going to tell, the only thing I want to tell you is that I will have a training, a half-an-hour training of Portales. If you're new to Portales or you need a refreshing review, I will upload it and put it in the Zoom module. It will be done probably tomorrow, Saturday, so before the semester starts. So we'll be all ready for the first week of class, okay? I wish everyone a great semester. Look forward to keep working with you. And adios, we'll be in touch.